Hey, welcome back with this new video. In this video, we do questions and answers about aircraft engine inspection. We leave a pause after every question so you can answer. Let's start. Question 1. Which of the following component inspections is to be accomplished on a 100-hour inspection? Of the alternatives listed with this question, only the cylinder compression check is included in Part 43, Appendix D, as required to be included on a 100-hour or annual inspection. Question 2. A severe condition of chafing or fretting in which a transfer of metal from one part to another occurs is called. Galling is a severe condition of chafing or fretting that occurs when two pieces of metal rub together and transfer metal from one piece to the other. Question 3. What section in the instructions for continued airworthiness is FAA approved? Quoting from 14 CFR Part 33, Appendix A 33.4, the Airworthiness Limitations section is FAA approved and specifies maintenance required under 43.16 and 91.403 of the Federal Aviation Regulations unless an alternative program has been FAA approved. Question 4. Straightening nitrided crankshafts is? Nitrided crankshafts have an extremely hard surface on the bearing journals. Any attempt to straighten them will likely result in a rupture of the nitrided surface. Rupturing the hardened surface will cause an eventual failure of the crankshaft. Question 5. What publication is used for guidance to determine whether a powerplant repair is major or minor? Part 43, entitled Maintenance, Preventive Maintenance, Rebuilding and Alteration, lists, in Appendix A, a number of maintenance operations and categorizes them as to whether they are major or minor repairs. Major or minor alterations are preventive maintenance. Question 6. On a reciprocating engine aircraft using a shrouded exhaust muffler system as a source for cabin heat, the exhaust system should be? Exhaust systems that provide heat for the aircraft cabin should periodically be visually inspected for cracks with the shrouds removed. Carbon monoxide detectors should be installed in the cabins of all aircraft using this type of heat. Question 7. Which of the following conditions is usually not acceptable to any extent in turbine blades? Cracks in a turbine blade are cause for rejection of the blade. Question 8. Which of the following contains a minimum checklist for 100-hour inspections of engines? Part 43, entitled Maintenance, Preventive Maintenance, Rebuilding and Alteration, contains in Appendix D the scope and details of items be included in an annual and 100-hour inspection. The items included in this list are the absolute minimum that should be inspected. Question 9. Which of the following contains a table that lists the engines to which a given propeller is adaptable? Propeller type certificate data sheets list the engines on which a given propeller can be used. Question 10. When must an airworthiness directive, AD, be complied with after it becomes effective? An AD includes not only the action that must be taken, but also the time limit in which this action must be taken. The time limit required for compliance is part of each AD. Question 11. What publication contains the mandatory replacement time for parts of a turbine engine? The engine manufacturer's service instructions must contain a section entitled Instructions for Continued Airworthiness. This section contains mandatory replacement times, inspection intervals, and related procedures required for type certification. Question 12. What maintenance records are required following a major repair of an aircraft engine? After a major repair has been made to an aircraft engine, an FAA Form 337 must be filled out describing the repair. There must be an entry made in the engine maintenance record that references the Form 337 by its date. Question 13. You are performing a 100-hour inspection on an R985-22 aircraft engine. What does the 985 indicate? Aircraft engines are normally identified by a letter indicating the cylinder arrangement and a number indicating the total piston displacement of the engine. In this case, an R985-22 engine is a radial engine that has 985 cubic inches of piston displacement. -22 is the model of this particular engine. Question 14. How is the flow range of the fuel discharge nozzles installed in a fuel-injected reciprocating engine indicated? The discharge nozzles for a fuel-injected reciprocating engine must be matched with regard to their flow rate. A code letter is used to identify the flow rate of a particular nose ZLE. This letter is stamped on one of the hexes of the nozzle body. Question 15. Each power plant installed on an airplane with a standard airworthiness certificate must have been? Any engine to be installed on an aircraft having a standard airworthiness certificate must be a type certificated engine. Question 16. Which of the following contains approved data for performing a major repair to an aircraft engine? The engine maintenance instructions issued by the engine manufacturer and approved by the FAA can be used as approved data when performing a major repair to an aircraft engine. Question 17. The airworthiness standards for the issue of type certificates for small airplanes with 9 or less passenger seats in the normal, utility, and acrobatic categories may be found in the airworthiness standards for small airplanes, those having a maximum certificated takeoff weight of 12,500 pounds or less, and having 9 or less passenger seats is found in 14 CFR Part 23. Question 18. The breaking loose of small pieces of metal from coated surfaces, usually caused by defective plating or excessive loads, is called? Bearing flaking causes small pieces of metal to break away from the hardened surface of the bearing race or roller. This flaking may be caused by excessive bearing loads or defective plating. Question 19. A ground incident that results in propeller sudden stoppage would require a crankshaft runout inspection. What publication would be used to obtain crankshaft runout tolerance? All of the dimensions, limits, and tolerances for a particular engine are included in the engine manufacturer's maintenance instructions for the particular engine. Question 20. Which of the following can inspect and approve an engine major repair for return to service? An engine major repair must be inspected for conformity to approved data and approved for return to service by a certificated mechanic who holds an inspection authorization. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We make more videos about aircraft oral studies. See you in the next video.